Hello and welcome back. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Tons of stuff to cover again today as crypto continues to pump into the stratosphere. Obviously, Hbar has been performing very well, as all the other projects that we've been speaking about on this channel, and we're all being rewarded very nicely. I'd also like to cover today, though, that a word of warning about where the direction of the markets may head into the future, and I'll also be looking at Zilliqa or Zil. It's been doing very well recently, and this is a bit of an exploration into what the project is, understanding a little bit more about it, and whether we should buy some or not. One of the first things I wanted to mention is that SAUCERSWAP Labs has been talking about a potential announcement in the coming week or so, which may or may not be related to their DEX launch. So really bullish stuff here on SAUCERSWAP Labs. Obviously, I've mentioned before, there's a video on the channel showing you guys how to purchase the Epoch NFTs, which give you access to a source airdrop once the DEX goes live, but also to claim a source from the faucet every 8 hours, which is fantastic. So check that video out on the channel if you're interested in SAUCERSWAP. It will probably be the first DEX on Hedera. Really good stuff. Looking at HASHPACK wallet as well, how we interact with all of these dApps and DEXs, the best wallet out there on Hedera at the moment, in my opinion. A patch 2.4 has just been released. These guys are so active, it's fantastic to see. They've just updated the NFT gallery to have NFTs grouped by collection and collections of groups of NFTs under the same token ID. So you can see here, for example, Acid Borgs, 5 items, We Dissect Stuffs, 12 items, HGraph Punks, 125 items. So it's now grouping your collections together, which is really nice to see, especially as we see NFT projects ramp up. You know, for example, we've got Dead Pixels that will be coming out very shortly. If you pick up a couple of those, it'd be nice to have them inside a collection. Same goes with the SAUCERSWAP NFTs. Big industry moving forward on Hedera. Nice update to see. Not only that as well, they have also just added NFT trade history, so you can view all transactions and price your NFTs, or price history of your NFTs. NFT list mode, toggle between list and grid view in the NFT gallery, as well as improved sorting. Collections are sorted alphabetically and NFTs sorted by serial number. Not only that as well, they're talking about additional tokens to get added. So we see here Pool has been added, and then we've also got other tokens that appear in the Hedera ecosystem, all really important as the Hedera ecosystem continues to expand. And this is why HASHPACK is an absolutely brilliant team and a brilliant project, because they are really facilitating the growth over on the Hedera network by allowing all of these dApps and DEXs and applications and NFTs to all integrate with one another. Funny meme I just wanted to drop in here, guys. Obviously, if some of you have seen the Will Smith news from the Globe Awards, Hashgraph smacking the crap out of blockchain. Another decent sort of meme as well. Some of you at the moment may be looking at some of these projects pump massively and wondering what on earth Hbar is doing. Obviously, Hbar is performing incredibly well and is keeping up with the rest of the market. However, this is a point that I've made several times. This is a nice illustration of that point, and that is Hbar has been building up its momentum for a long time. Obviously, it's been working on not only the retail side for sort of DeFi and that kind of involvement, but it has the commercial solution and the enterprise backing to be a mainstay going forward into the future. This is the crypto project that majority of these businesses are looking to utilize because it is so scalable, secure, cheap, fast, everything. Hashgraph has going for it over other blockchain solutions. So it's only a matter of time before this slingshot is unloaded, and Hbar will be propelled above the rest of the pack, particularly the rest of the layer ones within the space. So just something I wanted to keep or put that out there. Talking about Zilliqa or Zil, obviously a lot of you guys commented on my recent video talking about what on earth's going on with it. Now, the recent pump effectively has been off the back of the Metapolis news, which will be launching in April. I'll cover that in a second as we do a bit more research. In terms of whether this is an opportunity to buy or not, I would say hold off. Personally, I'm not interested in purchasing it at these sort of prices now. Whenever a project does a massive pump like this, some of you will probably be aware of the term FOMO, or fear of missing out. People will rush into these projects to try and chase the end of the pump effectively, and they'll get burnt very badly. So we can already see that it's dropped 6% on the day. Now, this may continue to climb for a little bit longer, but as soon as a correction occurs, because it's got no resistance points in between, it's going to fall hard and fast when it corrects back. This is just a general law of how markets operate. So if you are interested in Zilliqa, wait until there's a bit of a pullback, which will be coming, because I'll show you again in a second the fear and greed index. On previous video yesterday or the day before, we were at neutral. We're already into greed zone because we've seen some nice pumps. When these projects pull back, that is the time to be averaging in, just like we've done with Hbar, just like we've done with DOVU. Quant, all these other projects, we buy off a pullback. We do not chase into the pump. Again, not financial advice. You guys can do whatever you want. I personally do not enjoy losing money, so I'll be staying well clear of this one for now. However, that being said, it is now something that's on my radar, as it seems like an interesting concept of a crypto project. So Zilliqa effectively has the first Metaverse as a service, or MaaS, which has been announced on the Zilliqa network, named Metapolis. The newly announced Metaverse project will be supported by an IRL early access event in Miami on April the 2nd. The price of Zilliqa broke 12 cents Sunday morning from the low of 0.0043, that should be, the day before, which marks a 159% increase in less than 24 hours. As a lot of you guys probably saw, everything seemed to have exploded. Everything was green massively and doing very, very well. At present, the only way to get access is via the competition hosted on the Reddit post. Prizes include tickets to the event or a limited edition NFT and t-shirt. Okay, so what is this and what is Metapolis being built? So the Metapolis project will be built on the Unreal Engine, Unity and NVIDIA Omniverse. Now, this is what I quite like, because I enjoy all of these companies anyway in the traditional markets, and to see this integration is very big in my opinion. So the Unreal Engine obviously being created by Epic, Unity being by Unity, and then you've got NVIDIA Omniverse as well. Three massive companies with very, very good products. The use of the Unreal Engine will mean graphics comparable to Fortnite, Street Fighter 5, Valorant or Gears of War. Not to mention the Unreal Engine 5, which is recently coming out, is a very strong engine, with photorealism being a mainstay of that engine, Unity being the world's leading mobile game engine with 45% market share. So it looks like they've got the big businesses on board in the right spaces. The game engine market, we can see here, is expected to explode over the next 5 years as end consumers become more accustomed to what to expect from a game built in a specific engine. The ZIL price is surging following the Unity and Unreal Engine announcements is a prime example of this. So how will the Metapolis work? So ahead of the AMA, there is limited information around details of this. But the idea is the use of the NVIDIA Omniverse is likely to be used in tandem with the Agora partnership to allow the easy creation of 3D content and collaboration amongst users. The goal of Agora is to open up opportunities to people around the world to create a metaverse of global community content creation where creators can be directly reimbursed via NFT sales. Sounds like an innovative way to approach that goal. In terms of direct gameplay, there are a few possibilities. Unity and Unreal engines are not compatible with each other. You build a game with one or the other. Therefore, it is possible that the metaverse ecosystem will be built out in Unity to allow it to run well on both desktop and mobile devices. The community projects inside the metaverse may then be built using a collaboration of the Unreal Engine and NVIDIA Omniverse. So what this is basically saying is you use Unity to build the platform in general, and then Unreal and NVIDIA will sit on top for you guys to come on board and create the content, maybe the models that you then sell via NFTs. This was going to require a lot of testing to get the backend servers to talk to each other and require a way of hosting Unreal Engine instances inside a Unity game wrapper, so this seems unlikely and complex. So we can see here, clearly the details aren't fully lined up or ironed out at the moment, but it does seem very promising in terms of a project, and this is the first in the space to do this. So some obviously key metrics about Zilliqa, which you guys may be aware now because it's absolutely tearing, but 512% increase in the total number of dApp users. Unique wallet addresses have grown from 1.17 million to over 3 million. Transaction volume is up massively, and the total volume surpassed 12 billion over on Zil. So it seems like a really interesting project. One of the things that immediately stands out to me, though, in comparison to say something like Hbar, is the fact that obviously this is a layer 1 solution. Obviously going more down the metaverse route rather than the enterprise route that Hedera is looking to do. You know, Hedera is effectively a jack of all trades and a master of many, I may add. The problem with Zilliqa is that it's a proof of work network. So obviously immediately that should be ringing alarm bells for some of you guys. Obviously Ethereum and Bitcoin, the energy consumption. I found this interesting Medium article talking about the energy consumption of Zilliqa, and it does appear to be very green. Now Zilliqa's approach is a completely sharded approach for transaction capacity, which is obviously something that Ethereum is trying to move towards with ETH 2.0 with the sharding to increase and scale transaction throughput. However, I still don't think this can compete with layer 1 solutions such as Hedera. Once the ecosystem on Hedera continues to develop, you know, the first movers, maybe like Zilliqa in the metaverse, will end up getting consumed by projects like Hedera, and some of the tech will be ported over just because it's a more sustainable more sustainable layer effectively to use. Hashgraph is just better than any sort of blockchain solution that currently exists, and we may see projects like this migrate away into ecosystems like that. That being said, this is something that I will keep my eye on as a project in general, and something that I may look to invest in the future if we do see a pullback, as it's very interesting in moving towards that metaverse space, particularly if we don't see Hedera move towards that anytime soon. Obviously, I'm still massively holding some large Hedera bags. It is my favorite by a long shot. Some more interesting tweets about Blockworks as well. CME Group has just started trading options on micro Bitcoin and micro Ether futures, and Terra has just bought another 2,830 Bitcoin worth $134 million. So again, really bullish stuff. I think that now brings their total holding up to nearly $1 billion of Bitcoin, which is absolutely massive. Some more bullish news again today. For any of those of you who have DOVU on the Ethereum network, the DOVU Phase 2 staking program is now live, and it has a base annual yield currently on APY of 65%. So this is the kind of projects and DeFi experience we are looking to have on Hedera, and it is looking fantastic. These may not be sustainable, and they may begin to drop over time, but high base yields like this are brilliant to see. I am keeping my eye on DOVU as well, guys. I may take a small amount of profit sometime in the future before we have a bit of a market pullback, as things are getting quite frothy. I think if you guys were sort of averaging in around when I first mentioned the project, we're up nearly 50% on that position already. So fantastic gains there to be had over in DOVU. Lastly, obviously, again, I'll mention Stader because we are getting very close to the first week of April, and staking to Hedera is nearly here. Very exciting stuff. Here are 5 powerful reasons why you should join the unique event. Part one is to obviously be part of the tribe. Hedera has a fantastic community. Obviously, all of you guys are brilliant, and it also helps to transition to a decentralized permissionless network. You won't just get staking rewards, you'll be supporting the family. Once you stake your Hbar, you'll be able to mint a new liquid token, Hbar X. Every time staking rewards are added to the pool, the Hbar X to Hbar exchange rate will increase. Plus, you'll also be able to use it on the upcoming DeFi apps for Hedera. Potentially, there's some integration here with SAUCERSWAP DEX, and maybe Hedera Starter as a DAO or incubator. Reason 3 being teamwork. Staking on the network, it pushes it to grow. Obviously, this is going to bring that total value locked metric that we've been eagerly anticipating. It gives a lot of incentive to new users to the network as well as a reason to join, which is fantastic. We only launched a short time ago on Terra, and we've reached 820 million in total value locked with 30,000 users within weeks. The Hbar Foundation has provided us with a grant, and we're fully committed to honoring the trust of the community. Big thing for us on Hedera. Trust is very important. Security as well. At Stader, we give the highest priority to your fund's safety, and that is why we are undergoing a third-party audit of the V1 contract, and our code will be vetted by launch. Third-party audits will also be done for the V2 product version and beyond. Remember, the V2 product version is around June, July, and that's when unstaking will come. The launch date is around the corner, and make sure you're signed up to the alpha link. So I'd urge you guys to make sure you're all signed up to that, because it's really important. The last thing I wanted to cover, which I alluded to at the beginning of the video, guys, is we can see that yesterday when I covered it in the video, we were at 49 in terms of the fear and greed at roughly a neutral, and as of today we're now at 60. We're approaching greed and extreme greed. As we start heading back into the green zone, we will be looking for a small correction or pullback, potentially before some kind of blow off top during the summer, but be aware that there will be pullbacks along the way. This journey is not a rocket ship. We need to stop and fuel up at some point. That's something I'll be watching for, but be very careful. Don't FOMO into these positions. Average into any of the positions you're still potentially negative on. Obviously, I'm going to continue to increase my Hbar position. We are nowhere near a takeoff on that yet. I will be waiting and holding that. I will sell none of that until there is the dApps and DEXs that go live, and even then I probably won't sell any of it, to be honest. I'll just keep riding that out for the long term, as I truly believe Hedera will be the #1 in due time. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tons of stuff going on at the moment in the crypto space. Make sure you're subscribed to me to keep up to date with all of that information. Also follow me on Twitter, where I reshare lots of important information. Let's hope we have a continued green week within crypto. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Cheers.